Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.
A very good evening to all of you, my friends, well wishers, family members, those of you who were waiting for us to be on the air. Welcome to our program once again. And this is another Thursday in June, which came at the end of a rainy, wet day, flooding situation day, all day today. Anyhow, we're here live and it's dry in the studio. Today's program, we're going to have an interview that was done. We're going to show a part of that interview because I never really had a chance to look at it, so I want to really see what it was like. And then we're going to open the lines, get back on live, and take some questions and some calls from persons who may have, a condition or a concern. I'm playing this video back because there are many persons who we have seen not long ago, recently, even as of today, who were having difficulty with walking, difficulty standing up, their bodies, their legs not taking their weights and all that sort of thing. So I thought that it would be nice to show this video so that some persons can see that even in that situation where you think that you're not going to be able to walk again, you can walk again. If you weren't born with a wheelchair, then you can walk. Okay. So without any delay, I'm gonna ask my operator to just put it on, and we'll take some calls in between, or after the program, or after the video. But I wanted to see this. Okay. So stay tuned. Take a look. Okay, here we are again, and with me, I have a very special lady here. We had not discussed anything. We didn't program anything. This is this is the first time we're going to sit together on this program. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
And I would like you to introduce yourself, and I would love for you to share your experience from the top and come down. I have a picture of you that was shown, I think, when you first came
Yes.
and how you came. And then we have the one that you came in the other day
Yeah.
when we couldn't believe it was you.
Okay.
right? So don't be afraid. You're on here. This is your first time on TV at all, is it?
No, my second time. Yeah, I've been on TV before.
Okay, but this is your first time with us.
That's right.
Right, right. So you're accustomed to television. So you're on our program that we have on Thursdays, and I would love for you to be yourself, talk about your experience. You can give them your name, tell them where you live. I know you don't live here permanently. Maybe you migrated now, maybe. But when I first met you, when we first encountered you, you were in Canada, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yes. So
So I go back and forth.
yeah, good. Just like the average Guyanese. Now, um, this is Mrs. Jean Forbes, and Jean is in her 70s. I'm not going to tell you how old, but she's in her 70s.
No, she don't like that
I, I shouldn't have said that either, right?
either.
We can always edit it out.
Oh, yeah, right. She just something like that. You're right. Anyhow, I'd like you to talk to the folks about your journey to where you are now, when you started and your journey here.
Oh, okay. My name is Jean Forbes, and I don't like to say I have, but I've been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, which is pain in the joints, and I mean, but it reached to the stage where I couldn't walk. I was lying down looking up at people, and I came to see Dr. Haynes, and was given some vitamins and mineral. Like, he always insists that I should always be on a plant-based mineral, and I should always take my vitamins and my minerals all the time. So I've been doing that, and I mean, later, 1 year later, I can walk, do most things for myself. Before I couldn't, I was helpless.
Do you remember? Do you remember what happened to you in Canada?
Yes.
How you came? Did you come in walking, or did you come in a wheelchair, or when you flew in? How did they bring you in?
Um, in a wheelchair. I came in a wheelchair.
And when they brought you in, how long after you arrived in Guyana did you come to see us here? By the way, um, how did you learn about us in the first place?
I saw a television program one day, and I wanted to come and see you, but I don't know, somehow I went somewhere else and I didn't get results, and then I insisted on coming. I don't know. Perhaps it was by fate.
Hmm.
It was by fate that I came to see you.
I remember when you came that day that you were not alone,
Yeah,
and you had, I think, two persons
yeah, I
helping
had,
you along. And tell
yeah,
us a story.
yeah, I had my nephew and someone who comes to help me. And coming in, it was a chore. As a matter of fact, when I came out of the taxi, I fell down. I just
Wow,
couldn't stand straight.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, they helped me, and even we sat in the room, and even to move from one room to the next, it was quite a challenge. I mean, you couldn't touch me, just couldn't. The pain was so, so
Intense.
severe. Yeah, it was very, very intense.
And when you came, and you couldn't sit in the waiting area for long because of the pain,
That's right.
we decided that we're going to put you in the massage chair, I think, right?
Yes, yes, to make me feel
Yeah.
to make me more comfortable. But even to get up from the massage chair to come into this room, that was a challenge.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I just could
You
practically dragging me
you
in.
were actually, when I looked at you, if I can recall, you were like a skeleton just collapsing. like a skeletal without any flesh, any
Yeah,
Mm.
muscle.
yeah, that's true.
Wait.
She couldn't take her body weight.
Oh, wow.
Her limbs couldn't take her weight, or her knees, or she couldn't. I remember it. It's almost like I can recall the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at her coming in, and I'm saying to myself, "What in the world is happening here now? You know, what in the world is this?" But I call her Auntie Jean. She was so polite, and you couldn't tell she was in all the pain. Some people when they're in pain, they were screaming. They would be screaming. It's like she became accustomed to that pain, and you couldn't tell that she was having all that pain, but you knew from her actions that she couldn't take her own weight. So it was really a difficult task to actually keep her steady.
Yeah.
Dr. Richards, are you tired?
No, I'm listening.
It
My
was
eyes
it was
closing now.
it was really a challenge to keep her straight up, standing straight.
Mm.
So when she came into the room, I put her into the very nice, comfortable chair that we have. As a matter of fact, did we have this chair or we had another one?
We had another one.
I think it was you who made me get this chair because this one is more comfortable.
Okay.
It was your experience that made me realize that the chair that we had, it couldn't accommodate someone in your state. So I decided I'm going to change the chair, and this is a much better one over there now.
Okay.
But tell us what happened. Tell us, go on with the journey.
Well, I mean, after I what should I say? After I got my meds,
Yeah.
or after I came, I started to see results. And
How long after did you begin to see results?
maybe a couple of days after, I came, I started to see results. I felt a little better, not 100% better. It wasn't a journey, well, a magical thing.
Yeah.
But gradually,
Right.
as I continue taking the meds and the mineral, things got better.
We had to restrict your diet too.
That's right. That's right.
We had to modify your diet too.
Yes, certain things I had to eliminate from my diet.
But you remember when we screened you here, when I hooked you up to the devices
Yeah.
and we screened you, what we found? Remember? Do you remember any of that?
No, not quite. Not quite. But it wasn't good.
No.
It wasn't good.
All of the points that we saw were blue and black.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very, very bad all over. Or the bone structure was really weak,
Wow.
and her mineral count was extremely low. I mean, extremely low. So it was a challenge because I'd never gotten someone so bad
Mm.
at that point in our works, where we saw those colors, and I said to her, I said, at the end, I said to Auntie Jean, I said, I'm going to make sure that you walk again.
Mm.
Because she was so pleasant. She was so, she was like a gentle giant, tall lady. You could see her structure very weak. But then I wanted to get her well. I don't know if you ever experienced anyone like that where you felt like, you can do everything, you want to do everything to get them well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you want to make sure that everything that uh, you think about the case and you try to put everything you have in your mind, and including prayer, because it's somebody is nice and very personable, and you feel impressed to sometimes you say things that you don't know what the manifestations of them, but this one came through. You want to make sure that this person get well.
I also had a very personal goal in my mind that it is being said, or it was said, that persons with her condition
Mm.
would have to get knee replacement or hip replacement and
Yeah.
all type of things, right?
Mhm.
Did they ever try to mention that to you? That you need to have replacement or anything like that?
Well, not the replacement, but what I've been told is that there's no cure, and I'll probably have to uh,
Wheelchair
wheelchair.
the rest of your life.
Yeah, and what I find is that I mean I got all the aids. I've got walker, I've got walking sticks,
You got a roll of aid, roll of aid.
the roll aid. Yeah, I got one. As a matter of fact, I got two. You know, but I'm grateful and thank God that I haven't used it,
Wow.
and yeah, I haven't used it. Not even the stick because my hand, my wrist, I couldn't,
She couldn't hold anything,
I couldn't
man.
hold anything.
Couldn't hold nothing. I mean, she was all twisted and bent, you know.
Wanted to ask that because that's what when you said what you had, I'm envisioning all that scenario, the twisting and everything else. What was a typical day with the disease? When you got up in the morning, when was the only time you had ease from pain and everything else with the problem?
When I had ease,
When did
Yeah,
you ease?
yeah, no pain.
well, I mean, it happened gradually.
Yeah.
It happened gradually. I mean, I needed help to get out of bed and things like that. Fortunately, my daughter was around and she would help me. But it's not easy, I have to wake you at night to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you had to get help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, to get the shower. But I started to, rock myself and bit by bit. Thank God I haven't fell down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and even going into the bathroom, I got 2 bars and I was able to hold on to that and bit by bit. But now I can skip over anything.
I will show them the video of you when you came in here last week. I don't know if you saw it. The video of you when you came. I was amazed. I was remote, and I was told, "Guess who is here today? Guess who's here?" He says, "I can't guess who's here." He says, "You're not gonna believe who's here today." And this was last week. And when they showed me who it was, she was dancing.
What?
She was dancing coming in. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't
Mm.
believe it.
Yeah, but I must have went to Kaito Falls last Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell us about the journey to Kaicho. How did you make it?
Well, I made out quite all right. Getting in the plane was a bit of challenge. Was this how much 15-seater or something like that?
The props, the
Yeah,
propeller, yeah.
yeah. But getting in, that was good. And then walking the trail, I had to help, but they didn't leave me behind. But I made it. And then we went to Orndo Falls.
Ornduk.
Yeah, Orndo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yesterday I went to Kurokuro Creek.
Wow,
Yeah,
you went
yeah.
in the water?
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I know your journey is not complete. Is it? How long is the span from in your mind, from your real bad sickness to now where you are? How long did it take you to get there in your mind?
Or perhaps a year.
About a year.
Yeah, because this time last year I was lying down. I couldn't do anything.
Get up.
And yeah, and then I think I wanted to go to Punta Cana too. Yeah, on a trip in October.
Mhm.
So I had to, try and help myself do with exercise and things like that and make sure. And I must say that the staff here has been very good to me too because they call to make sure
yeah.
that, I'm on my minerals and stuff like that. So even if I forget, they would remind me you have to be on the mineral all the time, be on the meds all the time.
I'm trying to, for the help of people who maybe at home right now, just in the same condition that you were in a year ago. What was your mindset when you were laying flat? I mean, probably you were on your back, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But, you had pains to move. And what were you thinking about? Were you thinking that, well, this time next year I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna make. What was your mindset? I mean, what were you thinking? I mean, how were you motivating yourself, saying that this cannot happen to me? Some
But
people.
yeah, yeah, I used to say God is my help, I can't be sick, you know,
Mm,
and,
Oh, that was the affirmation. God is my help.
That was my affirmation that I use. God is my help and I can't be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Because in God there's no sickness.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
Right.
So that motivated me,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I mean, if I go on the road, I used to say, well, I mean, I used to be able to cross the street without any help. You know,
Mm-hmm.
why can't I do it again? And there's nothing impossible that God can do,
That's true.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So the Lord was your helper, and your mind was you were focusing on the healer.
yeah,
Really?
yes.
Wow.
And bit by bit.
I always will say to people that we are not here to heal anyone. We are here to facilitate the healing process. But God is the healer,
Yeah,
you know,
yes.
and the body has to heal itself. There's nothing we can do to heal you. He has to heal you. But we are going to do all that we can do that we know of, which we see it all the time because we screen you from head to toe, and we see everything that's going on. So when we see that, we are directed as to what is needed to help the body to recover, because the body has to recover on its own with God's help and with the help of the person, in this case with Auntie Jean. I call her Auntie Jean, easy.
Okay.
You know, she had the willingness in her mind to be strong enough mentally to want to come.
Yeah.
And that is a very important factor, because healing first begins in the mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because she was mentally strong, she
Mm-hmm.
committed herself to the process.
Mm-hmm.
You see, she had some serious dietary restrictions,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where we have a lot of problems with people, because they don't want to make the adjustments, but yet still they want to get the results. Tell us about your dietary journey that you had.
Well, for me, I don't drink pop, but which is soda. So I mean, most times I'll have like oats in the morning, Quaker oats or Mucilex with a mixture of apples and um, for sweetness I'll use cranberry.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
didn't use no sugar? No sugar.
No sugar,
Wow, that's neat. That's good.
no sugar. And lunchtime maybe we make some soup. Now
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll have some rice, chicken,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of fruits. Supper, I seldom take supper. Somehow I'm not hungry at nights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I use a lot of oats.
You
And
use
I just
water?
with oats with almond milk, just blend it and drink it like that.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, water. You take a lot of water?
I don't think it's recommended 8 glasses. I don't think I drink 8 glasses every day.
Okay, but you drank some anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some water.
Your bones need water.
Okay.
It needs, your body needs water to help to regenerate and to purge and all that. So
Yeah.
water
Okay.
is critical, but
Mm-hmm.
drink as much as you can handle, as much as you can, right? When you were sick and we said to you, you need to avoid these things because they're contributing to your condition. What did you feel about that, and how did you deal with that?
Well, because I wanted to get better, you know, that was no problem. That was the problem for me.
You hear what she said?
You want to get
Because
better.
I wanted to get better.
Mm-hmm.
That is so important, because when we say to people, look, this is what your body is saying you need to avoid
Yeah.
because it is contributing to your disease. They think it's we who are putting it together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they think we are the ones that say don't eat this or don't eat that.
Yeah.
Whereas it's your body, because of what is known to be occurring with it,
Mm-hmm.
is suggesting that if you use these things, they're going to provoke your condition more. They're going to contribute to your sickness. You just took this as, look, I want to get better. Because I want to get better, it was no big deal.
That's right. You can do without it on certain things.
But you know, it's interesting because a lot of times you have to be really out on your back. Can't get up, can't do nothing for yourself. For you to say, well, okay, I'm gonna comply with everything, you know, because everything that with the diet, and like I tell some people, everything that on that sheet. And a lot of people say, oh, everything I eat is on there. I said, well, everything that you ate got you where you are now. So,
Yeah.
so what, you know, these things contributed to your sickness, your illness. So you want to go back and start, you want to eat them and stay in the same situation, or you want to get better, you know? And sometimes we have, some people have to be really, like there's no other way out. There's nothing else, for them to really comply, you know. But then I like what you have in your head. You already have an affirmation that I'm gonna get better. Even though at the time you were in your back, you probably were in pain, can't move, can't do nothing, dependent. But in your mind, you already were defeated the problem. You know,
Yeah.
you already had it taken care of. And then from that point, I'm interested in knowing when the day that you start sitting up, what was in your mind? Just laying on your back for a long time, and then can't sit up. You can't even hold your body up. When you started to do that, what were you thinking?
Uh, what was I thinking? I'd just like to wrap it up in this thing. A relative came to visit me a couple of weeks ago from New York. She was here last year when I was sick. And she said to me, she said, oh, here's Jean. And the sister said, she got 9 lives. She got 8 more to go. You know.
They pretty much give you up.
Yeah, they give me up like a cat. They say I have 9 lives. 8
Come fuck. Good. Come fuck. Good.
Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your events in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.
Alrighty, I just thought that I would look at that because I never really saw it. We did the interview, and it was, again, like I said earlier, it was a spontaneous interview, nothing planned. We didn't do any rehearsals. Jean just said that I want to let people know that this can happen to them, and we arranged it, and she came on, and that was the pictures that you saw a few minutes ago was when she came in the first time with the 2 people around her, holding her up because she couldn't stand on her own. And then recently, when she came, she was dancing, coming in and all of that. So, it tells me something about the power of the mind and the belief process and the commitment process. Healing first begins in the mind. if you don't believe that the diagnosis that you have is one that you can overcome, if you don't believe that, you may never overcome it. Jean believed that she can overcome it. In her mind, she didn't see herself in a wheelchair. She didn't see herself crippled, as they said that she would not be able to walk on her own. She didn't see herself in those positions. She saw herself as it is now today, walking and running and traveling and doing everything on her own. And I don't know, I wasn't planning to show that video today, but something just a few minutes before the program started, my operator, so good, Dale, we talked about it, and I said, I want to show that program because I just believe in my mind that there's some people out there who are in that same position. I want to believe that people out there, many of you, are at home or somewhere in a position where you're on your back and you're told that there's nothing that anyone can do for you, and you have to be this way until you die, or you have to get a wheelchair or a walker, or you have to be assisted. I know there are people like that now who may be watching this program, and I'm hoping that what you just saw with Jean inspires you to first begin to tell yourself mentally that, no, I can get out of the bed, I can get out of the wheelchair, I can walk again. You first have to believe that you can overcome something before you overcome it. And then when you believe that, you've got to be willing to make the sacrifices, to make the changes, to make the adjustments that are required. Once you believe it and you're instructed that these are the things that you need to make the adjustments with to get to the point where you can walk again. You've got to commit yourself to the process. She committed herself to ensuring that she followed the rules. She didn't complain about what to eat and what I don't have to eat and what I like and what I don't like. She was determined to walk again. And she made her mind up to forego whatever was in the way, whatever food that she liked, whatever drinks that she liked. She was willing to put that aside because she knew that when she is healthy again, she can go back there. And that is where you need to put your mind, folks. When you get healthy, if you want to, you can go back and eat and drink those things that got you sick. Because that is what we do. We expect or we hope that we can continue doing the things that got us sick and get better. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And if you are hearing me or seeing me, you can call the number on the screen. You can call the 218 numbers, and I'm here in the office. I'm here in the clinic, and I can help you with your questions if you have questions about your health. I can somehow, hopefully, inspire you to get out of the bed and walk again. I can probably encourage you to give yourself hope again. Because right now you may be hopeless. Some people are right now in a position where they're thinking about flying out of the country, because there's no help here. There's no hope here. They're told that they've got to go overseas and get something done. Have you gone to the clinic? Have you gone to the health and wellness center? Have you gone there to see if maybe you don't have to go? Maybe we will find that is exactly what is wrong with you. Most times we do. Most times we will find what is wrong with you. But will you believe what is found to be wrong with you? That's the question. When we find what is wrong with you, you've got to believe it, because it's not me doing the diagnosis. It's your body telling us what is wrong with it. Like when the food choices are made, it's not us that are choosing the foods. It's because of what is wrong with you. Automatically, it is generated to let you know that these foods continue to contribute to your sickness, your wellness, your not your wellness, your sickness and your demise, and you need to give them up to get well. You know, so I don't know, some people just don't want to get well. That's what I can say. They want to be, you know, some people are comfortable being sick. They like the attention. They like the fact that the people who come to visit them and who take care of them. There's some people who enjoy being sick because they get the attention that they need or that they're not accustomed to having. If you want to get out of that wheelchair, if you want to get better, you have a problem, you call us. Call us and get yourself into the clinic, and we will do our best to help you to overcome what is wrong with you. We are planning to have a retreat, actually. We're working on a retreat so that have you go there when this is organized and get your body rejuvenated. Get to the point where you can overcome or be on your way to overcoming a condition that somebody says you only have 6 months to live or 3 months to live or 4 months to live and all that sort of thing. I don't believe in the philosophy of saying to persons that you only have this much time to live, because miracles happen, you know. And once God is a factor and you're willing to do your part, then chances are you could overcome. If it's not too late with your organs failing and your cells already dead. Some people wait until they're dead. They wait until they're dead before they're almost dead before they come, right? You can call the number on the top of the screen, and you can leave your number and name there. If you don't want to call in at the program here, you call the 231 number, leave your name and number there, and someone is going to return a message or return a call to you. You know, there are many persons who are afraid or ashamed to call, and they don't want to be known, or because their voice might be known or recognized, they feel that they don't need to call, right? But it doesn't matter. When you're sick and you want to get better, whatever it takes that's right is what you want to do. Seriously, that's what you want to do, because the average person out there is not going to help you to overcome your problem. There are many persons who tell you all sorts of things. Try this, drink that, go here, do this, do that. They can't really help you. They can only tell you what they think maybe can help you, but you have to help yourself. You have to put yourself in a position where you can attract the right people to help you with your problems. It's not going to be easy. I know it's not going to be easy. And some of you are going to have a hard time, in your minds, making that decision to do what it takes. But I'm telling you, it's possible. It's very possible that you can overcome, and that you will overcome, like Jean. Jean is just one person who would have gotten brave enough to say, look, I want to talk about my story. Jean is brave to say, I want to talk about my story. But there are many persons who have a whole lot of stories. There are many persons who don't like television, they don't like publicity, but they would have benefited in many ways, one way or another, who couldn't get pregnant, who couldn't start a family, have children now, who was told that they're going to die within 3 months, that are still living. You know, there's so many stories out there, so many stories. Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Hens.
Good evening to you. Tell me where you're calling from. We want to know what areas.
Alexander Village.
Okay, Alexander Village. Nice, very good. Thanks for calling. How can we help you?
I've got any tablets for weak bladder.
Weak bladder. Well, there are a couple of things that can be done for a bladder that is weak. First of all, we want to know what caused it to be weak. First thing.
What could be done?
we first have to know what is causing it. Right? You cannot fix it until we know what is causing it.
Pardon me?
Right? You cannot fix it, or we cannot attempt to fix it unless we knew what is causing it.
Okay.
Right? So we need to know why the bladder has gotten weak and work on that, because you can't just, I mean, it's okay to try to say, I can fix the bladder, I've got this medicine to do it, but I want to know what caused it to be weak in the first place. If it's just a bladder problem, or if it's a problem with your blood sugar, or if it's a problem with some medication that you're on that's causing you to urinate frequently, or if you're using something that's causing you to urinate frequently, you need to know what is causing it.
Okay.
And then we will approach it from there. So, I don't like to make people think that, oh, you wanna make me come in, but it's best to do that. You come to the clinic, we screen you, we analyze your body system to see what is causing that to happen, and then sometimes even heavy metals can cause that. Possession of heavy metals in your body. We're in Kitty, but you can take the number there, 231-6477. And you call that number after 8 in the morning, and you can leave a message or speak to someone there, and you'll be
what's the
guided.
number? 218-4949?
No, 231.
Huh?
231-6477.
Oh, 231-6477.
That's the number to the office, yes.
Oh, and from there, y'all could screen us and see as well.
Yeah, we can screen you and find out what is causing the weak bladder, yes.
Okay.
What is your age now?
74.
74, okay, all right. You sound younger.
Pardon?
You sound younger than 74.
Okay.
Your voice sounds younger than 74. All right, so you take that number and you call it, and then you schedule, come in, and then you let me know that you're the person that called about the weak bladder, and then we'll take it from there, okay?
Okay, well, what part of your clinic there?
It's in Kitty, Queen
Part in
Street,
Kitty.
Queen Street, Kitty.
Queen Street.
Yes, Queen Street, which Alexander Street becomes Queen Street, coming down the road. And,
Which one is the Queen Street?
Queen Street is the same street as Alexander Street, going in the other direction.
They're by the market?
No, going to the other side. Coming down the other side.
So by Camp Igana side?
No. You're in the right area. By the market there, you come to the other side. Instead of going to the market, you come to the opposite direction. When you call, they'll give you some direction.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Good. Thanks for calling.
231-6477.
That's the one, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah, it's I wouldn't say unfortunate, but it happens to many men, and he's up in age, so we've got some factors to work with here. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. What area are you calling from? What area?
Smite Street, Working Rush.
Oh, Working Russ. Okay. Very good. How can we help you?
Talk about, I don't know if this would be an unrelated matter, but it's something to deal with our health in general in Georgetown or Guyana. The way they say they're cleaning up. You know, we got a guy in East English says throwing water for the back.
Yes, yeah.
They don't throw in the water, they play like if they're throwing water. Right? So there's now, if you go by Stabrook area where they're selling food and greens and vegetables, brother, I ain't got words to describe if something happened in Guyana, what will happen to we in this country. It can be a tremendous outbreak, a terrible disease. And here they say, they're saying that they're cleaning up. That is just political gimmick. That's not about politics I'm talking here.
Your TV turn your TV down a little bit.
And take about $1 billion or $2 billion US dollars to clean up Georgetown alone. Special equipment. They need to pay people at least $15,000 to $20,000 a day. They got to clean Georgetown systematically. My brother, 40 years they ain't clean Georgetown. That's all I got to say. I don't know if you could please, in the name of God, ask somebody to clean Georgetown. Even if they ain't got to make the highway, clean Georgetown.
Okay.
The brother in the right manner.
All right.
Thank you very, very much.
Thanks for calling. Okay. Thank you. that's heavy. That's heavy in his heart because I guess when he looks around, and he has some good points there. It's really in some areas we really need to seriously pay some attention to the sanitation because, like he said, you know, if something happens and something breaks out, you know, it could be serious concerns or consequences. But I know the persons who are responsible for that are watching. I know they're watching, and I hope they're taking notes that the persons who have concerns about the state of the tongue, and they're going to do something about it. All right? The person with the weak bladder, you know, we are finding that there are many persons who are exposed to serious heavy metals, lead, mercury, cadmium, toxins like cadmium and many mycotoxins. And these elements are seriously affecting people, even their memories, their blood system, their liver, the kidneys. You know, it's a situation where someone needs to step in and do something about the chemicals that are being used in the farming arena, because there's so many things happening with the produce, so many things. I don't know. It's mind-boggling, but we need to be able to somehow take a look at our own selves. Take a look at ourselves, and we begin with ourselves. Begin with us. Stop burning the garbage. Instead of burning it, do some burying and compost it. Do compost. Instead of just throwing it in your neighbor's yard, put it in a bag and carry it to the dumpster somewhere, or when the truck passes, let them pick it up. If the truck passes. You know, we've had the garbage bin out there since Sunday or Monday. Tomorrow's Friday. No garbage truck passed us yet. We had to pay private persons to pick up the garbage. We've got to do better with our garbage situation, with our burning of trash, you know, with our sanitation. We've got to do better. We've got to be able to somehow get more pride and do unto others like we would like them to do unto us. You know? Of course, there's some of us who don't care, who will do anything, right? But let us begin with us. You, the person, begin with you. Pick up your garbage. Take care of your own home, your lawns, you know, your drains, because the persons who should be doing it are not doing it. So let us do it. Let us get into your neighborhoods and maybe come together and have a cleanup campaign and begin the process of rejuvenating your neighborhoods. You know, making them better, making them more sanitary. We've got to get there. We've got to get there. As far as the market is concerned, there's nothing much we can do with that. The city council has to do that, clean up the place. Because this is food that's sold there. And anything can happen. Anything can happen. We're finding many persons who are having fecal oral transmitted viruses. And these people are saying that I wash my hand properly when they come to the toilet. But then you talk to them, they're biting some people. And we don't know under the conditions of which those are prepared. If the persons who are preparing those things are washing their hands after they use the toilet. We don't know. Some of it we don't know. You know, there's adenovirus, there's rotavirus, there are all kinds of viruses. There are a lot of bacteria. People are just picking up. A lot of streptococcus. We're finding an enormous amount of streptococcus bacteria. And those are not easy bacteria. They can create a lot of problems. You see, so we've got to begin with us. And we need to take more care of ourselves. Men sometimes wait until they're nearly dead before they go to a doctor. Women will go. The moment something happens, the average woman, she's gone to look to see why is it happening to me. The man, you've got to pretty much drag him with a jack to get to the doctor, to get to some place to get help. That's why we so few, man. We are few. Women outnumber us by maybe 10 to 1. You see, so men have got to do better. Women have got to do better in helping those men, helping those husbands to understand, and their spouses to understand that, look, if anything happens to you, what's going to happen to me? Or maybe they want it to happen to them so they can get somebody else. I don't know. But we've got to become more responsible for what happens to us as individuals. We have to. I don't know. It's really sad to see so many persons suffering with cancer, sexually transmitted diseases. That's one of the biggest things on our list that we have to deal with. Sexually transmitted diseases, H. pylori bacteria. People are eating, seems like they say, from rope to soap, and then you wonder why you're having digestive problems. You wonder why you're having prostate problems. You wonder why you're having urinary problems. You see? There are persons who have been constipated for days. They can't use the toilet. You're wondering why you're sick, because you're sick because your body's reabsorbing the things that you should be getting rid of. And many persons, most of you, don't take supplements. And then if you take a supplement, it's something that has no value. I'm seeing all week people are saying, well, Dr. Haynes, I'm using this thing and I'm using that thing. When you look at it, it has no value. Chemicals, they're not absorbing anything. And some people have so many problems with the digestive system that even when they take the good things, they're not absorbing it because it's being destroyed by the viruses and bacteria that they have. You know, it seems like we've gotten to a point in this country where our health doesn't matter. You know, we've got to be responsible. I know for a fact that, yeah, some people say, oh, it's so expensive. When you go by Dr. Haynes, it's so expensive. Really? Try the hospitals. Try bringing those things in yourselves. Try importing them. Try going to school and spending 10 years learning what you learn. Try doing all of that. You think it's easy? It's not easy. It's not easy to operate here. It's really not easy. You got to pay shipping, you got to pay duty, you got to pay the people to bring it to you, you got to pay to get the paperwork processed. Y'all don't know story. You don't know. See what it costs to get an MRI done or a CT scan or an ultrasound. See what it costs. And then you're going to realize that really going there to get myself looked at is not so bad after all. We hear that all the time. But one of the things that is very concerning here is that the pensioners, I feel so sorry for those people. The money that the pensioners receive on a monthly basis, they can hardly survive on it. And they get sick too, and some of them, many of them want to get better, and they don't want to trust the system. You know, so we've gotten to the point where we become lenient with many of them. We would screen them, and then we'd somehow find ways of helping them to get the medicines by reducing the costs and all sorts of things. Because we got to pay for it to get here. We don't have grants from the government or grants from anyone else. When we buy those things, first of all, when we order them, we have to pay for them before they even begin to ship them. And they will ship it to the shipper, because we order everything in America or somewhere else, even Australia we order from. You know, we order things even from Australia. Yeah. And they have to get here, to Guyana. You think it's expensive? You try doing it yourself. Then you'll see. But we're here at the clinic to try to help people to, first of all, find out what is wrong with them. It is important to know what is wrong with you. It's not, you know, it's not easy. to have pain on a daily basis, and people are telling you that it's in your mind. It's in your mind. It's not really happening. It's in your mind. It's not easy to have people. But we've heard people. We've had so many people who came to us and said to us that they went into whichever doctor or hospital, and the doctor told them that it's psychological. You're in pain. You're having problems, and it's psychological. Really? Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Hens.
Good evening.
What are the symptoms of a bad kidney?
Well, there could be several things happening. If I wouldn't say a bad kidney. I would say a kidney that is failing.
Yeah.
Right? A kidney that is failing, you may have stoppage of, you may not even be able to urinate. You may have swelling in your legs or swelling in parts of your body.
That is not happening.
You may have pain in
Pain
parts.
in the lower back.
Pain in your lower back doesn't really say that you're having a failing kidney. It could mean that you have a stone in your kidney.
Okay.
It could be a stone. It could be an infection. It could be something else. It doesn't mean that your kidney is failing, because you said that you don't have the swelling. You don't have the darkness at your feet and all that. You don't have those
When
things.
it's all right, I'm urinating okay.
So are you having pain in your back?
Yes.
Which part of your back?
It first started right down to around the last disc.
In your back.
Yes, but now I'm feeling it more on the fleshy part on the sides.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that your kidney is failing. It could be a stone,
Okay.
or it could just be an infection. It could be maybe you have too much uric acid. Maybe you have some mineral deficiencies.
Okay.
Where are you calling from? What area?
Not Rumpel.
Not Rumveld, not far away. Okay. Yeah, if that is
Hey,
you.
I know where you are. I came to you already. I'll
Okay.
probably have to take another visit.
All right. Whenever you're ready, we're there.
Oh, yes. Okay.
But don't drink a lot of water. How much water do you consume?
I try to drink two of the small bottles of water. Those that they sell in the small bottles.
It's not. Listen.
And I'm only getting one down.
Do me a favor. Just flavor the water a little. Flavor it a little and drink more. You need about six of those bottles.
My God.
I know, because your kidney may need some help with that. There could be a water shortage,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
But we're out of time. Okay, so
All right.
try
okay.
that, and then you may get the results that you need.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling.
You're welcome.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
All right, this is where we have to end the program. I want to thank you for participating. I hope that you have gotten some courage, those of you who are on your backs, and that you know that you can be on your feet again, right? It's not the end, and remember that if it's to be, it's up to me, not the person who telling you, go there, do this, do that. You try to have yourself be guided to where you need to go, and once you're guided and you're guided by the right source, when you find the condition and you realize that you have it, believe that you can overcome it. Okay? And then you apply what it takes, and you will overcome it. All right? Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay dry. Bail out the water. Clean your drains. Or correct what's happening around your house to make sure your water gets out of your yard. And be safe. All right? Thanks for watching. So long. See you next time.
Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your events in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.